Lubabalo, please read today's agenda to us. How's Dineo? Are you around? How's Dineo?
Yes,
Are you around?
I'm around.
Hello, Chair.
Please read the agenda to us.
Hello, Chair. Oh, good morning, Chair, honorable members. The agenda, Chair, today is a briefing by the department on completed ARF projects since 2019 to date.
Lubabalo, read the entire agenda. That's not the only item. Okay, honorable members, our agenda for today is opening and welcome. Then we've got adoption of the agenda, apologies, presentation by the department on ARF, announcements regarding the trip, our oversight trip, and then closure. Do we have a mover for adoption of the agenda?
I move for the adoption of the agenda, Chairperson, Honorable Mpanza.
Sure, Honorable Mpanza. Do we have a second honorable member?
Honorable Chair, Honorable Faber, can I speak?
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Faber. Apologies.
Yes.
Apologies.
Recording in progress.
Lubabalo.
Chairperson, can I go on?
No, don't worry. We'll come to you. Don't worry. We are coming to that item that you sent to me the message about.
Okay, Honorable Supra, that's fine.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. You are covered. Lubabalo, apologies.
My order,
Do you have apologies?
we have 3 apologies, Chairperson. One from the minister, she's supporting the president during the Tanzania state visit. The second apology is from Deputy Minister Masha Dlamini. She's on a working visit in West Africa. And the third apology is from Honorable Mishwe, who's still on leave. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Lubabalo. Honorable members, the next item is about ARF. We are having a bit of a challenge because we received the information that is going to be presented here today, late yesterday, from the department. As a consequence of that, the majority of us as members of Parliament serving in this portfolio committee, we have not had time to invest in reading, analyzing, and internalizing the report, which then means it will be an injustice, not only to ourselves, but to Parliament and the people of South Africa, for us to proceed in a mediocre way from the perspective of the portfolio committee to deal with the item. I have therefore thought that I must put it to the portfolio committee that we give members more time to go through that report and that we defer the report to next week. When we meet next week, all of us will have familiarized ourselves with the report, will have done the research and all other things necessary. Then we can have qualitative discussion. So that's the proposal I wanted to put on the table here today, because Honorable Faber and other 2 members did raise the same thing with me, and I concur with them. That's the suggestion, Honorable members. Ndadem Banz and Austembi.
Thank you very much, Chair. I was also one of the people that raised this as a concerning matter, because previously in this portfolio committee, we did say that good reports that will be tabled in this meeting 24 hours before. So I really appreciate that you've taken into consideration that point that was made, and I'm in support that we defer this matter until we've actually gotten to actually research and do thorough reading of what is about to be tabled. So I'm in support of your deferment. Thank you.
Thanks, Comrade. I mean, Honorable Msadi. Honorable Msadi indeed is true. She did also raise that concern, and it's a legitimate concern. Honorable members. Honorable Mpanza.
Yes, Chairperson, thanks very much. I want to concur with the Honorable Sani. Actually, I'm seconding her, but I just want to put a rider, Chair, that if the department is having a challenge in terms of submitting as we agreed, as the timelines, I would advise that it's better that they advise the office of the chair through the committee secretary in advance, so that the chair will then have time to decide whether to proceed with the meeting or not, or if there are any other items, maybe ask for the removal of that one, so that we don't have this situation where we have to defer the matter when the department is already attending the committee meeting. It looks a little bit clumsy. So I would request that let there be that communication between your office and the department's office if there are challenges in terms of submitting the reports in time. Thanks very much, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mpanza. I did get a letter from the minister, I think 2 days ago. The minister was of the view that they will not be ready to present an item. Now, the initial item is not this one. It's not the ARF projects. The initial request from our office to the department was that we want the department to brief the committee on the assessment of the impact of ARF in its totality. Whether ARF is indeed meeting the intended objectives. So the letter from the minister was saying this will take long. They will then have to even get experts who will help them to do that work, and therefore requesting that we do not proceed with the item, but maybe in future when they've done that work. So we then wrote back to the minister and said, okay, if you think you will need that lot of time to do the assessment of the ARF in its totality, then at least brief the committee about the projects themselves and whether you are happy with the projects, what are they, where they are, so that it's work in progress. Then we can get the impact assessment later, which the department then agreed to. And I suppose that's why they then had to, on the 11th hour, send the information late to us. I see another hand. Okay, Honorable Buetes, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, yes, Chair. No. I think I have been covered by Honorable Mpanza and yourselves, Chair, because I think I think for us it's obviously critical that we don't leave the PC with the observation that the department are non-responsive, in particular the executive authority. So I think what I will appeal, Chair, is probably for us just to synchronize the updated PC programs, because I think Honorable Chair can recall when you assumed the stewardship of the portfolio committee, there has been that type of lethargic response at a particular time from the department on requests made by the PC, and I think we have committed from the executive to to be timeously responsive in regards to the PCs program. Thank you very much, Honorable Mamupe.
Okay, thanks, Honorable Buertes. Honorable Faber.
Thank you, Chair. Chairperson, yes, specifically on the ARF, my feeling obviously about funding Cuba, etc., but that's besides the point. We got this info only at 10:35 last night, as I discussed with you this morning. But the problem was, even in the way that I looked through it, as from 2019 till 23, which is 4 years, Chairperson, there's not one single project finished in Cuba, for instance. Now that to me
Honorable Fab.
can't be. So I needed to get a full report on this, Chair.
Honorable Fab.
Yes, Chair.
You write a message to the chair requesting the chair that we don't discuss the item because the information came late.
Okay.
The
Right,
committee agrees with you that we must have discussion next week. And when now immediately, instantly, you are now ignoring your own requests and you are getting into the discussion, which are going to elicit a response from other members. So avoid that temptation. We'll have the discussion next week. Honorable Faber.
That is, I'm sorry, Chairperson. I will retract whatever I said now. Let's discuss it when it comes to the committee. I agree with you. Thank you so much, Chair.
Please. Just wait. It's not long. Next week is not far. Yeah. Honorable members, is there any other different opinion on us having to defer this item to next week? It doesn't seem we have. So let's go and read this report, honorable members, and then come back next week so that we can have a discussion. Honorable Faber, you'll be the first speaker next week when we start. So you don't have to raise your hand next week. You are the first speaker already. You are noted. When we start next week, after opening the meeting, we will give over to Honorable Faber to kick off the meeting. So, honorable members, let me now take this opportunity to thank Honorable Buertes and your team for honoring the meeting of the Portfolio Committee, the staff for preparing for this meeting, and everybody else who ensured that this meeting is able to sit today logistically. And this is how we come to the end of the meeting today, honorable members. Let's meet later in the House. Thank you. The meeting is now closed.
Sorry, Chair.
Yes, what's happening?
You haven't exhausted all the items in the agenda.
I agree, Chair.
Oh, I got a notice here that honorable members will be sent information on the trip individually. Sorry.
Chairperson, Honorable Faber.
Is that what you wanted to raise?
Chairperson, I want to speak on it, if possible. I understand members will be contacted individually, but if I may raise a point.
Okay.
Chairperson, as you know, I am an alternate member on this committee. And as I say, I've been overseas in my life before. So for me, it's not about going overseas. If
you almost live there.
Chairperson, as you know,
you almost live there, you overseas. Yeah.
As you know, I am in Europe quite a while, as I've got the property with my wife there.
Yes.
But listen, this is not the situation. My problem is, though, that when these type of oversights, like the recent one you've had, I use my own entitlement, for instance, to go to DIRCO just because there wasn't a possibility through the House Chair that all members could go. But the day before that, the whole budget was seriously discussed by this committee. And for that reason, I could not attend that meeting as there wasn't financial resources for that. Now, Chairperson, that becomes a problem because there were certain questions raised which I really needed to know, you know, if we discuss a budget, etc. And I was not allowed to go to discuss a budget. So as an alternate, it becomes a problem if you've got a passion for your committee and certain very serious information you don't get to be able to attend. And as I say again, it's not about trips. To me, it's about being part of a committee and being able to attend certain things which really do matter as a member in the committee. So I'd like to take it up with you that that can also be looked into, Chair.
Okay, no problem. It's noted. I was Tembi.
No, I'm covered, Chair. I'm covered, and I also wanted to just say that maybe what Faber is raising could also be looked at in terms of the rules of alternate members attending committees.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Luabalo, please just make sure that you are in touch with every member regarding the trip, and then the meeting is now officially closed. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Chair.
I will close.